Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Digital Goats Academy, guys, where we give you opportunity to look at the market and foreign exchange, guys. I'm your host, The Digital Goat. It is April 19th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, guys. And again, welcome to Digital Wednesdays, where every Wednesday at 7 p.m., I give you guys just pretty much an outlook on what I'm looking at in the market. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Make sure you guys, if you're tuning in, to subscribe to my channel on your way in or on your way out. Hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my content. And as always, guys, I appreciate your feedback. So comment on anything you like, dislike, something you want me to go over, and then we'll just go. I'll just incorporate that into my sessions on Wednesday. But today, I'm just mainly going to focus on gold, guys. I think gold is presenting an opportunity. I know a lot of traders in the industry were pretty much looking at gold to come down. I don't honestly think I'm well. I honestly don't think that gold is actually ready to come down as people would like to believe. I think we're going to get a retest and then the market's going to push back up. But let me load my chart and then we'll get started, guys. My chart will load. Second day, I am on my iPad, so I hope you guys can hear me out there. I'm on my Dre Beat, so somebody comment on YouTube if they cannot hear me. What's going on? All right, let's see. Technical difficulties, that's what we've been having the past couple days. Okay, probably just had to reload the chart. Too easy, right, guys? Too easy, right? So, okay, gold, right? I haven't really changed any of my annotations as you guys can see. But again, let's do a top-down analysis, in any market that you guys are looking at. You want to start off doing the top-down, and that's pretty much what we're going to do right here. Look at what gold has done so far, where it's come from, what is the likelihood of it pushing down or pushing back up, whatever direction gold is going to show us, guys. But if you see right here on the weekly time frame, we have seen that gold has been on a major uptrend being extremely bullish, especially since this point, especially since September of 2022 to October, was this November of 2022, guys. So gold has been bullish since then. So you're talking about, what is that, almost 5 months right there? If I'm doing my math correctly, 5, 6 months right there. So you're talking about, well, let's actually make this easier on the eyes, right? Yeah, 6 months. So gold has been bullish for 6 months, right, guys? So there is a possibility of a correction. Now, I don't believe that gold is gonna get crazy aggressively bullish, as I know some people are probably hoping. If you just look at it on the higher time frame, there's a lot of rejection up here, guys. Too many times gold has come up here, well, on the higher time frame where it's like, I'm not really feeling breaking this level. And I can see that continuing to happen until we get another retest a little bit lower, and then gold has the possibility to actually create a new high. I don't know if that will present itself this year. I think that more than likely it'll present itself. If it does, it'll probably present itself next year. We'll probably have a pullback all the way back down here into 2022, guys. But that's something that I'm expecting, right? But if we just look at it, gold has been bullish. This is a morning star pattern right here. So that confirmed that gold was indeed bullish. But here's the thing about morning star patterns. Now, I don't want to make this session about just like patterns, guys. What I want to do is just highlight stuff that I identify in the market for me to, trust my bias even more, right? So gold was bullish. This is a morning star pattern if you're confused about it, right? Let me try to zoom in. Again, I'm on my iPad, so it's not going to be as fast as my PC. And I drew this up because this is consolidation right here. But Morningstar pattern, right? You have your selling candle, you have your doji, which normally should be like a selling doji, not a bullish doji. But again, whatever doji it presents itself, and you have a bullish engulfing, but a strong bullish candle, which brought the market up. But if we are still bullish, right? So if gold is still bullish, right? we haven't retested this area on a higher time frame. In order to confirm that a Morningstar pattern is in fact a Morningstar pattern, it has to come down and retest at least what, guys? I know you've been on my sessions. I know you guys hear me talk about it time and time again. It has to retest at least 50%. I don't know why I have that line. Oh no, that's the zone that I have. But look, so 50% would be what? The previous high of what? Not the doji, but the consolidation we saw on a smaller time frame. So I do have the expectation that gold is going to come back to these levels. I just don't think that this is the start of that push down. I think more so what gold is going to do, start consolidating pretty much like on a weekly time frame, throwing people off until it's ready to actually make its descent down, right? So currently right now, I actually gave out a potential entry for gold in my own Discord community. So if you guys see right now, gold has been actually selling. Let me get rid of this EMA. Oh man, it's a nightmare with this iPad. Trying to see. Okay, so gold has in fact been selling. Let me get rid of that. That was the buy that we had this morning. Now I was buying up into up into where was our target? Was it 1999? I think it was 1999. So yeah, this was our original target. But as gold started pushing up, which we did catch like 40 pips or something like that, right? But as gold started pushing up, it started rejecting these levels, making it more likely that I believe that the market is actually saying, I'm not ready to climb here. What I'm probably going to do is actually push down in order to drive up, right? But again, I don't think that gold is necessarily done buying up, but I also don't think that it's done selling. Now, I'm not trying to confuse you guys. Follow me, follow along with me, right? So we have to have a recovery if we're going to continue being bullish, right? Yes, right now we are in consolidation, which makes sense in the time and the market session that we're in. We're in Sydney. Well, we're in Tokyo, but we're in between Sydney and Tokyo right now, right? Open of Tokyo, gonna have some type of volatility, possibly to the Japanese yen, which if you guys follow Japanese yen, if Japanese yen is falling, gold should be rising or vice versa because they're both safe havens. Now that coincides with them being done with their market cycles. So don't necessarily just look at the market and be like, oh man, the yen is bearish, so gold should be bullish or whatnot. And they're both bullish because they haven't really corrected themselves from their market cycle, right? So up until what was it? 1 o'clock? Yeah, 12 o'clock, gold started getting bullish. And then as you see, it started consolidating here, right? Now, the reason why it got drawn to my attention, because as it started, climbing up, it was hitting these levels, struggling to break it. Even though we were towards like less volume or less volatility in New York, gold should at least made the attempt to buy, right? Now, don't quote me on that or break these levels. At least make the attempt to break these levels and then possibly shoot down during this time frame in order to correct itself and then continue going up, right? So right now we have been seeing strong rejection just on the 15-minute time frame. Now again, guys, when I talk about top-down analysis, even though we've gone down to a smaller time frame, I want us to start backing up to a higher time frame. And does it make sense to you what we're saying, right? If it doesn't, then obviously don't look to enter that trade, and the bias has to come from when it starts breaking structure, right? So if gold was to break out of here and buy up, this would be a good position for us to potentially continue buying up to this position. But again, guys, I've been seeing rejection here. Now, it just depends on if there's news impacted, but based off of these levels, we should have some type of correction and then probably continuing down. So what I'm anticipating for gold is when we get more clarification is like, well, I'm already in it. I'm looking for gold to push down to pretty much these levels down here. So if you guys see now, this is where I'm talking about. I'm looking for buys and sells in the market where some people probably got confused with what I was saying, right? So look, I'm looking for gold to do one of these numbers down here. Excuse all my scribble, right? Now at the top of the zone is mainly where I'm looking to exit. Unless you're a swing trader, I don't recommend holding it all the way down. You see good profit, take your profit. But what I will say is that, for my swing traders, this presents an opportunity two ways, right? So if you guys see, I have this line down here. Why I have this line down here? Well, gold just gave out. Let me see how many pips that is because I didn't even see. That was this morning too at 8 a.m. on the dot, man. Open in New York. Open in New York, gold got dumb bullish. Open of New York. Wow, that's crazy. So 263 pips since this morning, gold has shot up. Now, some could say, well, I could see it going another 100 pips, right? In my mind, I'm saying not without a correction, because I think that's what every amateur trader or a retail trader would probably say. I could see it continue and push into the upside. Well, obviously, but we need some type of correction. We still have levels, if you just turn it to a line chart, that gold has failed to retest. So we need to be clear on some of these levels, even if it's just previous highs that it's testing, until we get more clarification that it's trying to move all the way down here. So if you guys look, again, structure, don't make anything harder than what it is, because again, it's just giving you a sentiment. You know, it's not giving you, hey man, this is what's happening right now, but it's giving you a sentiment. And then once the market starts funneling more data, you'll be able to make sense of it, because it's like, okay, if I draw support down here and say gold comes all the way down here and does what? Starts rejecting it. Well, I can almost say that at this point, gold could potentially be bullish. Well, why is that? Because we have a level of support down here. Not to mention there's probably a previous high embedded in it if it decided to reject it. I'm just giving you guys like context. I'm not saying that that's what it's going to do, because this is where we hurt ourselves as traders, because we say what it's going to do and don't wait to see what it's going to do and have these parameters set up, right? So if gold was to break to the downside and you weren't at a higher position, what will most likely be the strategy that you're looking to do? Well, if gold shot down, what you would want to do, and it broke this support right here, you would want for it to pull back up as high as it's going to go, and then wait for the push down, right? Now, I just kind of drew that. I'm not saying that's how far gold is going to go, but it could possibly do that, right? So what I'm looking for, though, since we had a breakout at this level, now let me back out to the higher time frame so I can kind of get you guys to see what I'm looking at, right? Now, one of me and my partners, we're pretty much looking at gold, following it since last week, since pretty much gold got bullish and then did the selling move. Again, the selling opportunity, a lot of people are expecting that. I get it, especially when it, you know, is kind of giving you signs that gold is trying to create a head and shoulder, right? So what I'm looking for is that if we back out to, let me see what time frame we can see this best on. Daily, right? So I leave my annotations for a reason, guys, right? Consolidation right here. This is consolidation on, I want to say this is a weekly time frame. No, it's a daily, where you can clearly see the consolidation, right? So it's consolidation on a weekly time frame, right? I'm trying to turn it to candlesticks. So consolidation on a weekly time frame. Look what happened, right? Look what happened to gold. It hit this level. Now, there was a reason why it hit this level. This is why I draw fibs and I show you guys. Now, you don't use this in a trending market, but I just use fibs to see how far the market may have dropped down or something like that, right? And based off of percentages. So again, coming to the high and low of the market. I think I did it based off of like structure and not like wick to wick. But again, we did it wick to wick, right? Look where my 50% is at, if you guys can see that. Let me zoom in. Look at where my 50% is at. Now, I had this line already prior to gold coming down. Now, this is where, and I was kind of trading against myself like a little bit up here and wasn't able to catch this move because I was looking for buys at this level. Again, guys, the market is going to show you its hand and then do the opposite, you know, with the true move. So the market dropped down. That was this morning, or was that yesterday? No, that was yesterday. Yesterday, gold dropped down, hit this level. Me and my business partner, like I said, 1972.675. And you can see that it only came down like, let me see. $25 pips past past what I was looking for. That seems like that seems like a sniper entry for me, especially dealing with gold. And it came down this far, guys, right? So I rejected. You see how aggressive it rejected? So that already gave me sign number one, what the possibility of gold actually trying to rise. Now, here's the thing. Because it moves so fast, you think that gold is just going to shoot all the way up here because it moves so fast? I don't think so. I think that what it's going to do is what I always tell you guys is that it's going to fill it in on the other side with the candle. Because anytime I see wicks, unless it retested on the other side with the wick, I have to see a candle somewhere here. And if you look, guys, right now, I mean, don't just look at the market and say, oh, it's selling. Obviously, do your bias, but yes, gold currently right now is selling, is in a downtrend, looks very weak right now to actually push gold all the way down to the entry that we're looking for, right? Now, I said the entry that we're looking for because look, let's go back out again to the daily. I'm looking for gold to return back to this 50%, if not 618, right? Reason being is because now I don't think it'll come all the way back down to the 50%, but this gives us a potential buy opportunity, and that's what I'm looking for. Because again, what did I just mention to you guys that we just saw in the higher time frame? I mentioned to you guys a morning star, right? Look at this right here. This is a morning star as well. Remember, I mentioned that it has to have a selling candle on one side, then it has to be followed with a doji, and then it has to have a bull candle on the opposite side, right? So if you look right here, this is a morning star, right? Hasn't retested 50% at all yet, right? And just look at the entire move, or you can look at the candle, but 50% is somewhere right around here, right? Now, 50% is like the least that we're thinking of. We're not thinking of 50% exact. I just like to see that number because it puts me at a more confident rate that, okay, now I can start looking for entries once we get down here, right? So once we get pretty much the 50%, what I'm looking for is probably a 786 move, right? 786, maybe a little bit further, because now at this point, I'm going to be looking for buy opportunities for gold because I do not think that we're done. And the reason why I showed you guys on the daily time frame is that, again, I always talk about consolidation. I always talk about the breakout of consolidation and what consolidation does, no matter the time frame. So right here, this was a breakout of consolidation. Now, this is a higher time frame. So normally I would say that this probably is like a fake out, but the market actually retested back into the zone and then shot back up, right? So what I'm looking for is this market to actually come back down, guys, and then give us a potential entry for us to buy up to at what was my entry? 1973. That's what I was looking at. I'm looking at for gold to push down and present an opportunity for us to buy at 1973, if you guys see. Now, that just depends on, again, what price is doing currently, but I'm pretty confident that price is actually pushing down with all this rejection right here. I think I looked at news earlier. I didn't see anything that could force the market, the opposite direction. The only difference would be like what the Japanese yen is doing, in my opinion, guys. So clearly right now, we see that we're in consolidation. Best thing for you, if you haven't gotten in at the top of the zone, which obviously if you guys weren't with me, you weren't at the top of the zone. Let me make sure. And I'm okay. I just want to make sure like my mic was on because that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy if retest up here makes sense. Could come 100%. Just map up. Just draw a fib to map up this market. Obviously, we want to see 50%, but it could go as high as 100%. And really, what I would look for to see if it would actually come back up to this candle. I'm actually going to do a class extensively on how I use fibs, guys. I already gave a class on just using fibs, but how I personally use fib and not just the way that most of us are taught, right? With the trending market and blah, 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 all that stuff, right? So I can see gold pushing back up to 1995 potentially for anybody that's trying to get in. But either way, like what you want to do again is be patient enough because we see it consolidate. We want to be patient enough and just wait for the breakout and then respond accordingly there, right? So if gold does push out, gave you guys the narrative on, okay, if it does push up, what you want to do is just wait for a break back into the zone that I showed you guys up here. Let me clear some of this out. So if gold was to shoot up, we would want to see a break above this high because we don't want to get fooled that it's a fake out and then it drives all the way back down. And then what we would do is buy back into the zone. So once price, let me show you. So nobody's like, I can't see that with your. So gold was a shoot up. We want it to break strong because we don't want to be faked out. Want to move like this, see how low it'll drive back into the zone and then push back up. But that's if it's going to do that, because right now, again, we're consolidating. So if gold is pushing down, which again, I'm leaning towards, you want to get a retest back into the zone and then push down up until 1973, because at that point, I think we have the possibility of gold being bullish again. Now, don't just restrict yourself to like a previous high. The one thing that I always tell people is that follow the basics of the market, right? Why am I not finding my thing? Where's my thing at? Oh, okay. So if you just look at the bottom, what is this right here? It's the support. So it wouldn't surprise me if gold decided to say, man, instead of doing a previous high, what I'm gonna do is actually create another level of support, which would strongly validate that that move is trying to come back up. Y'all understand me? So that's what I'm looking at today. I hope y'all can use this information and make a lot of money from it, guys. But as always, appreciate for all my audience for participating to these calls every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I do have a private Discord channel, guys. If you want to join that, whether you're a veteran trader, experienced trader, retail trader, amateur, you're just starting, guys, you can reach me on my Instagram at CEO_digital_goats. That's my Instagram, guys. Send me a message and, I'll get you guys sorted on there. Currently, it's free. It will be paid services, but currently it is free up until June 1st. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. Let me see if I covered everything. Definitely make sure on your way out, guys, y'all hit that subscribe button. I know y'all may forget. But as always, guys, man, like I said, I appreciate everybody that shows up and committed to these calls. It's just something that I'm doing to give back to the community, as always. But I'm also trying to get these viewers up. So make sure you guys hit that, these views and my subscribers up. So make sure you let the views run, but also hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, see you at the top, because we're taking everybody to the top with us in 2023. Hope y'all can use this, man. Make a lot of money, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow on our weekly outlook, guys. See y'all next week, tomorrow or next week.